Wolverine Worldwide Incorporated is a producer, designer, and marketer for casual, outdoor, and work footwear. The company, based out of Michigan, sells shoes in over 200 countries and generates $1 billion yearly in sales. Their competitive advantage is due to their well-organized brand names such as Hush Puppies, Merrell, and licensed footwear under Caliper and Harley-Davidson. They also have brands such as Sperry's and Chacos, which are popular among college students. They have a broad range of distribution channels and diversified marketing, manufacturing, and resourcing. They've generated a majority of their sales abroad, and they hope to continue expanding sales in Europe and emerging markets such as Brazil, China, and Russia. The global production of shoes exceeds $16 billion, creating slim profit margins as consumers shop by price. This creates the demand for seeking cost savings through the firm's supply chain. The majority of footwear imports come from China, the leading manufacturer, from its skilled, low-cost labor and fixed exchange regime, in addition to Mexico, India, and Vietnam. However, recent changes in the availability of skilled labor have caused a slight increase in the wages of Chinese employees. Since they are big firms, they have to remain consistent with their global brand position, while also conducting research and development to keep evolving and design products appropriate for each foreign market. Apart from this, these type of companies are also seeking to save the most amount of money possible while having the highest possible revenues. Usually some of the key directions that they take would be to manufacture their products in low-cost labor places where they're going to manufacture the product and then ship it worldwide to where they could charge higher prices. Originally, Wolverine produced a majority of its footwear in-house or in the United States, but as the firm grew, emphasis shifted to designing, marketing, and distributing their products worldwide. Today, Wolverine outsources its production, more than 90% of it, in Latin America and Asia, but mainly in China. Wolverine's firm had developed a successful global sourcing strategy by outsourcing their products and having manufacturers in places like China where there is cheap labor costs and having possible relations with their suppliers. This firm had succeeded in the international business world and continued to. As a company that outsources more than 90% of their products to independent suppliers, Wolverine had many specific benefits that derive from global sourcing. While Wolverine has manufacturers throughout Asia and Latin America, most of its footwear is produced in China. The specific benefit of China is the fixed exchange rates that China uses for its currency. The fixed rate helps keep exports cheap to the rest of the world. While the prospect of low export prices from China are appealing, global sourcing does not come without associated risk. Global sourcing exposes firms to various risks, including possible shortages of qualified workers and production capacity, over-reliance on independent suppliers, as well as strengthening foreign currency values, which affect the cost of imports. Also, another factor influencing global sourcing will be that sourcing from distant locations sometimes affects schedules, transportation costs, insurance, and delivery timelines, leading to higher costs overall. This affects directly from the global foot industry in many ways. When they don't meet the scheduled timeline, everything changes. The retailers won't be happy. Wolverine firms themselves would have to spend more money because of the delay, and the extra cost would have to be absorbed by the final product pricing, affecting their revenues in the long run. Wolverine has experienced and knowledgeable professionals deliver expert services that help companies achieve critical service, cost, and customer satisfaction goals. Some of their most important value chain activities include optimize agility and responsiveness, global chain supply visibility, and inventory reduction. With this in mind, this company is able to successfully manage their business worldwide and deliver high-quality products to customers. Wolverine's approach to global sourcing includes positioning themselves high in customers' minds. They value outsourcing production to a third-party provider at home and abroad. This also focuses on research and development to keep up in today's market. Although they are a stable company, they have to keep up innovating in order to keep up high in their market position. They also believe it's extremely important to market and brand correctly in order to succeed in their business. Being on top of the customer's mind would definitely affect their sales and overall image, as well as keep them in, so to say, with the crowd. Why does it matter? Wolverine should definitely outsource their marketing and branding strategy. Although they concentrate themselves at home in individual markets, if they want to succeed even more than they do already, they should start thinking big and trying to expand their brand name worldwide. This way, they would increase their sales and expand their business even more. On the other hand, I think the research and development together with designing should be internalized to make for a diverse workforce in order to have different perspectives and point of views, considering that something that's popular in the United States may not be popular in China, Mexico, or Russia. Wolverine's management is taking many steps to ensure Wolverine is a socially responsible firm. The firm's engagement criteria for partners and sources aims to ensure suppliers comply with health and safety regulations, environmentally safe practices, fair employee treatment, and ethical business standards. Wolverine tries to reduce its ecological footprint by using biodegradable shoe forms and soy-based inks in footwear production, as well as recycled cardboard and paper for its products. While Wolverine has the engagement criteria for partners and sources, there's always more steps that one could take to improve being socially responsible. They could use the ethical framework to approach a problem, then approach it from different ways such as rights, fairness, common good, virtue, and utilitarian. Wolverine is a company that makes products which has been at the peak of consumer desires, but have been is a key word. In changing markets, products that were popular back in the day may not be as popular with the younger generations. This economic situation has led to a decrease in consumers' disposable income, which has drastically affected sales. These two factors has led Wolverine to try and appeal to the innermost desire of people, and that's to market their products as an everyday necessity and not just an extra commodity. This is important because when a consumer looks for shoes, they find something where they could get the best value. Wolverine also has to be conscious of global events. While the economic downturn is affecting many, they have to also be aware of economic situations in other countries that may not have the stability that countries such as the United States, Canada, and European nations have. What challenges do they face? Some of the challenges presented for Wolverine include some social and then non-social issues. Can a company that claims to own several American companies, such as Caliper Boots, Barry's, and Chaco's, keep manufacturing their products overseas and continue to claim the strong American heritage and appeal to people that are trying to buy more American products? How do they keep their brands as the in items to own with changing taste in every generation? While outsourcing is very successful for online and telephone related issues, shipping delays can be problematic for the retail stores that heavily depend on the inventory being delivered on time. While Wolverine has strived to be a globally recognized designer, changing taste as well as product pricing has led them to take several steps into developing as a company that can stay surviving the test of time. Through outsourcing their manufacturing facilities in countries such as China, as well as maintaining positive relations to their multiple suppliers, overcoming many other challenges, and emphasizing its value key chain activities, Wolverine succeeded in international business, and they want to continue to do so. As a large multinational firm with 90% of its manufacturing abroad, they have remained consistent in their brand positioning, while aspiring to continue evolving and designing products that are desirable in each target market. This concludes our presentation.